stuck on you. I got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose. Guess I'm on my way. Needed a friend in the way of it now. I guess that I'll be with you to the end. Guess I'm on my way. I might be glad to stay. I'm stuck on you. Been a fool too long. I guess it's time for me to come home. Guess I'm on my way. So hard to see.
Arise, O Nigerians, follow this.
Serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in
Freedom, peace and unity. O God of creation, direct our noble cause. Guide our leaders rise. Help our use the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow and live in just and true. Great lofty heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Shall we take the school anthem? 1, 2, go. FGC New Bussa, a great institution. We pledge our loyalty as long as we live. As you teach us now the truth and honesty, all this will go with us wherever we go. We learn to be humble and walk diligently. We learn to do our best in all that we do. When you will be not proud, always be consistent. All these be our guidelines wherever we go. Thank you, everyone.
Fantastic. Please give yourself a round of applause. In the midst of all of us. So I thank you to the organizers. So this morning we are going to talk about mental health. So I titled it Mental Health in a Nutshell because I mean it's wide. So I'll just try to rush through as much as I can within the time that I've been allocated. So let's start with one or two definitions. What is mental health? We do know that mental health is a state of well-being, like she said, a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities. Please note some words. in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. So some words are very important. Well-being, to be able to identify what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. To work productively, all of us, we must be productive in whatever we are doing and to make contribution to our community. So if there's a problem anywhere along all these, the words that I've used, then we begin to think, is there something wrong with that individual? So what is well-being? We say well-being involves our thoughts, our feelings, okay? And how we cope with the difficulties of everyday life and our ability to be able to accomplish our personal goals. So, in a broader sense, well-being simply means, our physical, our mental, our social domain, being able to feel happy, being healthy, having connection like we are doing today, socially connected and purposeful. We must be purposeful, contribute to the community wherever we find ourselves. So if at any point in time there's anything wrong with the way we are thinking, our thoughts, you think, then we put associated feelings to it, then we behave, isn't it? That is how it is. So if there's any problem along this way, something to do with our feelings, our thinking, our thoughts, then ultimately the way we are behaving, then we'll begin to think, is there something wrong with this individual? Please don't make diagnosis, just make referral. Just send the person that, counsel the person adequately and make appropriate referral. So if everything is fine with our mental health, then we can go on with life. But we do know that sometimes things happen, and when illness comes, maybe the thoughts, the behavior, things are not very well at work, then we start thinking of a mental health disorder or illness. And of course, it's wide, it's broad. We talk about minor mental illnesses, we talk about significant major mental illnesses, we talk about anxiety disorders, depression. I'm sure you've heard all this before: schizophrenia, eating disorders, addictive behaviors, that's substance use disorder that is ravaging our youth right now in Nigeria, not only in Nigeria, even all over the world. So of course, all of us, sometimes we have issues with the way we are thinking, our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, but that doesn't mean the person has a mental health illness. So the significant thing is that the symptoms, most times, the symptoms of mental illness, and when it's going to start, it is insidious. Rarely does it start suddenly. If it starts suddenly, then it's usually secondary to a trauma. Either a road traffic accident, or the person was hit in the head, or there was an infection with with high fever, all these things, or medication that can cause sudden psychiatric illness. But most times, the symptoms of psychiatric illnesses are insidious. Sometimes some stay over 6 months, and others say within a month or over a month before you can make a diagnosis. And one of the important points is that these symptoms must affect that person's function, either in the house, in the place of work, or in the community. So if it hasn't affected the person's functioning, then we are saying that, okay, there are issues, that is good, so it will be easy to attend to. Okay? So mental illness can make people to be miserable, of course, and it causes problems in daily activity because you can't connect with people. You can't achieve anything that you have planned. So, and how do we treat? After making the diagnosis, we use medication and talk therapy, that's psychotherapy. So what are the symptoms? I think that's what most of us are interested in. How do we identify? Remember, don't make diagnosis, just think that maybe something is going on. Then you do encourage that person to get help by doing appropriate referral. You may never get this opportunity to listen. So why don't we just keep quiet and listen so that, once you know it, then you can go ahead and disseminate the proper information to other people. So please, can we have one house? So the signs and symptoms of mental illness can vary depending on, of course, I told you there are different types, and based on the circumstances or the cause of the illness. So let's quickly talk about it. One important symptom that I want you to take away is change in behavior. Change. You know, we all know that change is constant, but we know that all of us will resist change, isn't it? So once you know this person and you can see the change, this person is usually, very reserved, very quiet. Then you get to work and you see her, she's so loud, she has painted her makeup red, blue, yellow, and she's everywhere. Just her. So change in behavior. So, for example, you have a baby. We all know that a baby is supposed to start with what are the developmental milestones? Neck control, right? Then sitting, then crawling, and all that stuff. So there's a baby, you go to this house, and they carry the baby all the time. And they say, how old is this baby? The baby is so fine. And they say, the baby is 2 years old. And the baby can't sit. The baby is not talking at the age of 2. There's something wrong going on inside that brain. Okay? Then the baby at 1 cannot even sit, cannot stand and hold something. There's something wrong. So don't say that there's something wrong with your baby. Just advice. How is your baby? Okay, so what are you doing? I think you need to see a doctor. I know somebody that works with me, she had a baby, and I called her. She was about to resume. So how's your baby doing? Congratulations. She said, but ma, she's not eating well. That is number one pointer. Why is she not eating well? A newborn should eat, isn't it? What do? They eat and sleep and poop. That's all they do. And say your baby is not eating, then there's something wrong. And I told her, you need to go see the pediatrician. And she was like, anyway, she didn't go until when she was about to resume. So she found out that there was nobody that was able to feed the baby. So she had to go. Of course, the baby had a hole in the heart. Yeah, it's classical. Your baby should be able to suck. So once the baby is not sucking, there's something wrong with that baby, until proven otherwise. So that was how we started the journey. Thank God she had the surgery, the baby's fine now. She's over 1 now. But you see, early identification, early referral, and it will prevent. So we have treatment and it will prevent disability. Okay, so change in behavior. Your child that comes home very jovial. I had one, 16, 17. Boys, girls always following him. We'll go to his parents' room, use his mommy's perfume, do all that. Then suddenly, the mother just noticed that this boy has stopped coming into our bedroom. He's always in his room. What's going on? Because he had already started smoking Indian hemp. So he didn't want the mother to smell the smoke on him. So he started withdrawing. And he stopped going into their bedroom. So that was the pointer for the mother. So she brought in what is wrong. There's something wrong with this boy. So that is what we are talking about. Change in behavior. Then when they start to withdraw, you have a friend that you're always talking about. Sometimes people on social media, they're always posting. Suddenly they go quiet. Please, let's bother to call them, find out what is going on. They might be going through major life changes. It could be illness, it could be depression, it could be anything. So let's find out. So feeling sad or low, and when people are sad, you will know because their countenance will be dull. When you're talking to them, they can't remember things, they can't concentrate, and it's like they're just up there. I'm talking to you, sometimes you really need to pat them before they come back. So feeling sad, confused thinking, inability to concentrate, excessive fear. Some people will just tell you, that person that stopped coming to your house to greet you or coming to the office, it could be she now has anxiety, overwhelming fear. So she can no longer leave her house. She fears that if she goes out there, maybe a car will hit her or she's going to collapse because her heart will start panting and something is going to happen. I hope I'm making sense. So please let's check up on one another because you just might never know what each person is going True. So extreme mood changes by your crime. So extreme mood changes. Don't say it doesn't occur, it happens. It's because all of us have not been paying attention. So now that you know, let us become more intentional in our relationship. Extreme mood changes of eyes and moods, withdrawing from friends and activity. Then when you see somebody that says, how are you today at work? I say, I'm tired. And you are wondering, are you not coming from home? Yes, I'm coming from home. Did you sleep? Had children, husband? And she tells me, yes, I slept. I went to bed 8 p.m., I woke up 5, but I feel particularly tired. I feel tired. Why are you feeling tired? Because people that are depressed, that's one of the significant symptoms of depression. No energy, and sometimes people can't sleep. Classical, wake up to it, when people become detached with reality. So we say that's psychosis. So what does that mean? We all know now that it's morning. I mean, you can look outside and guess the time. And you ask the individual, they say, it's actually in the night. Can't you see? And can't you see that all the cars that have been passing in front, the rays and when they press their on, is actually entering their stomach and it's coming through the roof. And they begin to say some things that does not make sense. So the more they talk, the more confused you become. I went to a meeting one time and the president of the meeting said somebody should come and see me. She was properly dressed. Ankara, everything was perfect. So I was wondering, why did she tell her to come and see me? So we started talking. And, so I was thinking, what's going on here? But the more she was talking, she went to her father, she went to fridge, she went to this one. So the next question was, have you ever seen a psychiatrist? Have you ever been to Yapa? She said, yes, now. She has been to Yapa. They gave her drug. They did this. So you can see, the more they talk, the more confused you get because you can't understand what they're saying. And so because these people are having these experiences, sometimes they can have hallucinations when they hear people talking and they cannot see. In fact, I had a patient that she said when the neighbor is washing his car in his own compound, the water will come upstairs into her room, the fire was talking to her, all sorts of weird things. So when they start experiencing those things, they know that this is abnormal. So they won't talk to their significant others, okay? And what that leads to is they become excessively religious. So that's when you see the person that, I'm fasting. I want to go on a 20-day fast. I want to go on a 30-day fast. Because they are experiencing some things that they know it can't be normal. Then if I tell them, what will they say? Will they say I'm crazy? So instead of them to talk, they keep it to themselves and you begin to pray, you begin to fast. So you will notice, people around them will notice because they woke up in the middle of the night, they will not do anything, they will be walking up and down and praying and fasting, praying. So these usually, I know we're very religious people, a religious set of people. So you come, sometimes they have lost so much weight. Fasting, they won't eat. They stop going to work regularly, so we talk about absenteeism. Even now we talk about presenteeism. They're there at work, but they can't really contribute because they can't concentrate. Most times they're either listening to voices or they are not feeling happy, they are anxious and all that. So when you find people that you now see them, they're using substances, either alcohol or drug, to help them cope with the stress, the so-called stresses they are going through, and they begin to use it more often, and it begins to affect their everyday life. So let's start thinking that maybe we should get help for this individual. Then of course, major changes in eating habits, because if somebody is depressed, they will not eat. They are anxious, they will not eat. I still saw a client, she was like, she has ulcer, something. All kinds of symptoms. And she started antidepressant, she slept well, no more ulcer pains. So, that is one of the things. When all these mental illnesses, the symptoms, people begin to have, they can also have physical symptoms. Remember that the mind and the physical body is interrelated. Our mind is so powerful. So when they're having these issues in their mind, and they can't settle it. It tends to come out as physical symptoms. So that's when they say they have a pain. So this pain today is on the thigh, then tomorrow it will move to the left side, then it will go to the back. So the pain is right here, it's uterospinal, it cuts them to the back, and then they go to the hospital. You can have pain, there's no doubt about it. Peppy sensation, something moving up and down. Then they say, doctor, can't you hear? There's this sound, and the brain is moving. And you see that fluid flows from the front to the back. And I tell them it's not possible. Because the skull, we all know, the skull and the brain out. But they'll keep going to the doctors, until eventually they will meet a doctor that will remember that there's something called psychiatry. Then they say, oh, I think you need to go and see this doctor. I hope I'm making sense. So, then it could be change the sex drive. Somebody that is depressed is not interested in having sex with anybody. Or sometimes it could be increased libido. For example, when there's a bipolar disorder and the person is mind. Oh my goodness. And control, and you wonder that what just happened. Why this severe reaction to what is going on? Hostility, violence. Then when people begin to think, before people will kill themselves, that's suicide. Suicide is intentional taking of one's life. The wound have talked about it. It doesn't happen in isolation. The friend should have asked, school is not over. So why won't you come for lectures tomorrow and the day after? By the next day, he had killed himself. Intentional listening. Let's check up on each other and listen to what we are not saying that we are saying. I hope that makes sense. So when people talk about suicide, it is an emergency. A client cannot come to me and talk about suicide and I'll let the person go. Because if the person should go home and actually commit suicide, I will be liable. So it is an emergency. So once you hear it, don't leave that person alone and get help immediately. Get help. I have sometimes we have what we call supine. Supine, that is Suicide Research and Preventive Initiative Nigeria. It's right here in Nigeria. So we talk about suicide, and we have people all over Nigeria. So if there's anything, if anybody will have their plans, so I'll leave the phone numbers with the organizers so that all of us can have, you can call anywhere in Nigeria. Even if they call from Kano, all we do is call somebody that is in Kano and they go and meet that person. I hope I'm making sense. I hope you are listening. So suicide is an emergency, so you must get help, stay with the individual, remove things that they can likely use. So some people say if you ask about suicide, which will prompt them, no. So you need to ask, how do you want to do it? Have you tried it before? So what are you thinking about? So you need to go out throughout that house, get all the things. I saw a 13-year-old, she had started cutting herself. They found blade under her mattress in her room and all that. So I asked her. In fact, she cut herself, she licked it, and she licked her blood to taste how it was. Things are happening with our children. We need to know what's going on in their minds. Then I asked her, so are you planning to, what are you going to do? So they removed everything from the house. She looked at me and said, what do you mean? There are medications everywhere in my house, in the fridge, in my parents' room. So I know what I will take that I will use it to kill myself. So please, keep your medication. I know that we are all getting older, so one or two things are going on with us. Keep your medication. In fact, I just attended a meeting. They're talking about how to keep pills now. That you take your bottle of pills and put it in a container that has code. So you are the only one that knows the code. So nobody else can have access to your medication. Because these children are taking their parents' medication in the house. Prescription drug. That is another epidemic that is going on all over the world, not just in Nigeria. So please keep your medication in the house. Keep it, don't let anybody have access to it. So you get help for that person, we'll leave the phone number, then you can call the doctor, reach out to close people, and suicide cannot go on its own. So you need to help that individual. Like I said, let it ring in your mind constantly. Suicide is an emergency. So how do we help somebody that we think has a mental health illness? You know, we all know that once we start, we all know that. Okay, so you stay with the individual. Try and get the person's confidence. Just stay. If you have to go to the house every day, if you can leave your own house and stay with the person, encourage the person that, look, let's go to the hospital. They still brought somebody to me maybe 2-3 weeks ago. It was somebody from the church that brought her. So you need to encourage each other. Just don't let them go. And you don't have to tell them they're going to see a psychiatrist. I think you need to talk to somebody. I think you have so many things on your mind that are bothering you. You might not want to talk to me because we are so close, but let's just go and see somebody that's professional. A professional can be anybody, isn't it? So please, don't leave them alone. Encourage them to seek help, timely help. Because if you don't do that, the longer the symptoms are, the worse the situation gets, and the longer they are going to recover when eventually they get to the doctor. So it is important that we get to them early and start treatment. Please can we have one house? So what can cause mental illnesses? Of course, we know that it can be inherited, environmental, when the mother is ill, infection, trauma. Sometimes it just happens naturally, some chemicals, neurotransmitters in the brain. For whatever reasons they become reduced, then people will come down with mental illness. Parent or sibling, stressful life situation, you'll be amazed. I had a client once that maybe a cousin from outside the country sent me a container of goods to sell. And he was so happy, only me, and he broke down and he had bipolar because he was so happy. Oh yes. But remember, there's a hereditary. So we talk about vulnerability. So maybe something along the line, then life situation will happen, then you can trigger it. But he broke down because he was very happy. So, stressful life situation, we will have what we call, what's it now? Well, great life events. And the number one on the list that has 100% is the death of a spouse. So you can imagine, particularly when it is sudden, then that person can break down. Okay? So financial problems, the death of a loved one, divorce, even the fact that you change house, God forbid, because of financial reasons, living in your own flat, eating whatever you can eat. Now you have to go to a communal building that you spread your clothes outside, so people will pack it to one side before you come back. Then, as they are bringing chicken in, everybody's looking through their window. They are eating chicken today. They are going to eat fish tomorrow. Whereas you know you were on your own, you were comfortable with your own family. These can be traumatic for some people. Okay, so chronic medical conditions. Chronic, as long as it's there, anybody can have psychiatric illness as a result of that. I'm talking about breakdown, child breakdown, you know, because there's already trauma in that brain. So as they grow, as life continues, they begin to have things. Traumatic experiences. Our soldiers that go to war, use of alcohol, Indian hair, all this Colorado, all these things, they damage the brain cell. They tell you that heroin is good to use it for pain, but it's end of life pain. I mean, end of life, they're just trying to make that person comfortable. So the side effects of all these recreational substances are more than the advantages. And Indian health can cause mental health, psychiatric illness. So all of us, childhood history of abuse or neglect, if you don't have healthy family relationships, connections, social connection, it is so important. God didn't create us to be islands. He created us to be social beings. So we need one another. So mental illness is common. They say about 1 in every 5 adults all over the world will have experienced some form of mental illness or the other throughout their lifetime. Then children, We say 50% of psychiatric illnesses that occur in adulthood started in adolescence, around the age of 15. So it is significant, it is important that we look after our adolescents. So the thing will have just been simmering down there until when they get into adulthood with all the stresses of life, then you eventually break down. But if you can get help for them while they are still young, then we can prevent that. Okay, so they say, can you treat, is it treatable? How many illnesses are actually treatable? Mental illness is also a medical illness. It can be managed and people can go on with their life. Some can have it and they never have it again. Some they keep having a relapse, a occurrence of the illness. But it's important that once they understand that they had a psychiatric illness, they're now well, and they need to follow doctor's instruction. What are the doctor's instructions? Use the medication. Make sure you sleep well at night. Make sure you eat regularly. Make sure that when you are feeling stressed, things are going on with you. Don't keep things to yourself. Talk about it. Coping skills. All of us, we need to learn. Resilience. That's the ability to bounce back after a major significant trauma. Nobody's born with resilience. We all learn it. So we need to teach our children right from now. And we continue to learn, we continue to grow. So if they can follow the doctor's instruction, accept that indeed they had a psychiatric illness, but they are now well, then we get to well. I said, are you not talking to me? You are well. But the point is, this illness can come back. Because if you don't sleep well, if you don't eat well, you are not taking care of yourself emotionally, then the illness can come back. I hope I am communicating. So, it depends on you and your relationship with your God. Thank you very much.
Please don't go yet. So do we have questions? And if you don't have, I'm going to go around and ask you that you have. Because you see, first of all, it's very, should I say, I know we're all excited to see each other, but it's disrespectful that someone is standing here and talking and we're standing and we're making around. We can sit down, there'll be breaks in between so we can go around and meet people.
I didn't ask him anything. I was just greeting. So I guess after I said to this woman, I have to tell her what's going on. So when Sisi told me, I started praying for them. And they have a child today. I don't know whether they now have two, at least that first one. And he told me that, they had a child. So it's your demand. What aura are you pushing out? I mean, I'm an iron lady, I'm a super or whatever. I have a boss, I told him, I said, you're doing what you're doing. Don't talk to people, don't let them come to your office. One day they will be at your door, they want to come and carry you. If they are planning for me, they will have told me 2 days before. Am I making sense? Yes. So we need to be kind, and we need to be kind to ourselves. Our daughter-in-law, your daughter-in-law does not know how to cook. She can't cook. So what do? You start doing, you help her. You tell her come to my house, or you tell her let's go out, you take her to the market, how to buy things. Then you begin to teach her. Then you see there's a way. The Yorubas, they say in Yoruba that when you say sorry to somebody, it has both positive and negative. That's female and male. So I can tell you, but I'm on, I guess it's all sweet stuff, but you can actually feel that I'm sorry. What I did, I was wrong, I'm sorry. You see the difference? So, and not you teach her in an hostile manner, because she won't learn. But in a sweet manner, sweetheart, I want you to start cooking for me. Do you know how to cook any type or you don't know? Okay, I'll teach you. Yeah, let's go. Then you go, you teach her this. She comes to your house, you're in the kitchen, and you're gisting with her. And you're telling her, go this one, go and bring something in my room. Not that, if she goes into my room, she will steal something. It's all right, what we give out, you can pick it up. So she doesn't want to go into your room because she doesn't know what her mother is going to say. Let's be kind to our daughters now. They are people's children. And I'm sure me too. If not all of us, some of us we have girls. So they will go somewhere else. Like she said, my sister-in-laws were horrible to me. That doesn't mean you should be horrible to your daughter-in-law. That means you should be very good to them. Please, you see, it's a determination. We can all be better. I'm not saying we are perfect, you are perfect. But once we know this is our fault, let's begin to work on it. So my son's wife, she cannot cook, she cannot dress. I went to somebody's house and the whole place was a mess. That's what I know. What's going on here? No, she didn't allow me to do anything. Listen, this is a disgrace. If people come into your home and you see your mother-in-law's house this dirty, so that is wrong. They don't want you to do it, just lie and do it. They will abuse you, take it. Not because yourself and go to your house, Abby, or you have done it for God. And you see, it is love. There's nothing that's above love in this world. Love breaks every barrier, every hostility. Sometimes you might have to persist at it, but I know somebody that, as his I-law used to give her wahala. So 1 year like that, it was her birthday, so she just organized a breakfast party for her. And that was where we broke the camel's back. So you have to give. Love is all about giving. Give, let's give to each other, give to our sister-in-laws, our daughter-in-laws, mother-in-law. Yes, they don't like it, swallow it, they will abuse you. It's okay. They're doing it for who? Your husband and your children. So let's be kind.
And I know that we live in a cultural environment, this is Nigeria, that if you see that somebody does not greet you, even if you feel like, there's 3 big girls, they are making noise. Thank you. So, if you see someone, and it happens all the time because it's a cultural thing. I don't even like to say just Yoruba, even though I feel like Yoruba, they have it worse. Somebody's older than you by 6 months, you want to be saying sister me, brother me, and all of that. But sister me, if you see your mom, know where you were still in the womb when I was 50 years old, and she doesn't greet you, you know what? Greet the person. Go and greet the person. How are you? How are you doing? Are you okay? You do not greet me, but I will greet you. Put it out there. Do you understand? Instead of just piling up, because you see, we do not realize how much those things affect us. And they affect us in ways like she rightly said. It starts in a very subtle way, but then it begins to affect your mind, your dressing, the way your output at work. And you see, when people eventually commit suicide, it's very easy to judge them when we see them on social media and say, this one, they are seeing like, what's it tell you? That's why he was going to commit suicide. You never really know what the issues, what the issues are with those people. I don't know.
Ancestors, seniors, school mothers, sisters, juniors, those that didn't meet our dust in school, and those that we didn't meet their dust, they are the ancestors. Good morning, everyone. Invited guests, good morning, everyone. We are pleased that you're here. Thank you very much. And we hope you have a nice time. Thank you for your company. I feel like being backstage, but somehow I can't help being backstage this time. My name is Olamide Titiloye. Esteemed sisters, a very warm welcome to you all. Welcome to Lagos. Welcome to this long-awaited second AGM. It's been a long journey from the first that held in Abuja in 2019. We are indeed grateful that this has come to fruition. I work with a great team. Among them are my seniors, ancestors we call them, my seniors, my mates and juniors. And I'm immensely grateful to these exceptional individuals. Senior Nome, oh my God. I got to New Bussa in GS2. So, Senior Nome would have been my school mothers. If I gotten in GS1, I would have met her in school. But I got to New Bussa in 86 in GS2. So I didn't meet her in school. But I'm so glad that I've had the opportunity to know her. She's a super person. Thank you. I love you. She heard me. Thank you so much. A lot of them were up till 5 a.m. this morning, and they got up before 7. And that's how we've been working, especially for the last 2 weeks. I'm immensely grateful to these exceptional individuals who went above and beyond and committed their time and resources to ensure we have a successful AGM. Also to every old girl who made sacrifice of time, resources, offered ideas, I say a very big thank you. Thank you to you. May the Lord who sees secret deeds reward you openly in Jesus' name. This journey, though quite tasking, has been very interesting for the members of the AGM Planning Committee. It's been interesting, it's been challenging, it's been exciting. You know, the thing about working together with people is that you get to know each other better. So that means new bonds of friendships are formed. And I'm sure all the members of the AGM Planning Committee have increased their sister circles. You know, one day, Ejiro just called me. She was going on boat cruise inspection. She said, Lamide, I didn't go climb water. I said, my angels are joining your angels, or something like that. You know, people went, and, you know, already she would have, she's not the kind of person that wants to go on water by herself. You know, she would have wanted company. But everybody had other things to do, and she just thought this had to be done. And then she was around 6 p.m. going on a boat cruise to go and check, to go and inspect boats. Thank you very much, Ejiro. I really appreciate that. We wouldn't have come this far without the support of the 2022 AGM Planning Committee. Therefore, on behalf of every member of the 2023 AGM Planning Committee, I would like to say a big thank you first to every member of the 2022 AGM Planning Committee. They did a lot of work, you know, but things went as they did. Then I would like to say a big thank you to Dr. Tina Obi Unachuku. That's Sinobi Gwadia, if you're wondering. And all the members of our team. The work they did last year made it easy for us to move faster this year. We actually wrote on a lot of what they did, and they were great help, particularly Tina, like I said. They tilled the ground, we sowed the seeds, and you are here to harvest. FGC New Bussa is a gift that keeps giving. You know, I'm still trying to get used to FGC. It's FGC that is always in my head. So I'm consciously trying to say FGC because it's FGC that is in my DNA. So FGC New Bussa is a gift that keeps giving. The true friendships we formed back then have become lifelong support over the years. Let me give you an example of mine. There was a time I was homeless with my children, and it was one of my classmates that took me in. And when her house was about a month, you know, it would have been really tough if I didn't have NDD, then Indiago. It was not that took myself and my children in. You know, and over the years, I know we all have stories of, you know, how we have supported one another. You know, my 91 sets were a very good support system to one another. I say that some sets struggle, you know, so, you know, but it also took a few people's effort to bring us all together. So please, if your set is not that united, I think 93 they do very well, 89, you know, I see 85. I see some sets that, you know, you're trying to get something done, maybe with an 85 girl, and you're not able to do it. You just get another 85 girl to talk to her. And, you know, and that just does it. Because the bonds we form back, you know, they are unbreakable. It's like, you know, we gained blood sisters in New Bussa. Let's not take that lightly. Let's not let anything break us apart, you know. There will always be issues, but let's resolve these issues. You don't throw your siblings away, you don't throw your children away. You know, we resolve these things. We step on one another, we say sorry and move on. Then sometimes somebody steps on you and they don't even know. So don't take it to heart. Let's just always try and resolve crises, resolve things that want to pull us apart, and build our bond continually. I'm not quite sure where I am now. Like they say, is a journey, not a destination. There are different stops, hills and valleys, exams along the way. All of these, I believe, are designed to bring out the best in each one of us. It is important to view life from this perspective, because your attitude is your altitude. FGC New Bussa gave us valuable life lessons and tools. Let's never lose sight of them. What we can achieve together is limitless. It is entirely up to us to put in the work, the work to achieve limitless things. We can become the Eating College of Nigeria. If you don't know what I mean by that, go and Google Eating College. Let us work together let us work together to make us a force to reckon with in national and global affairs. Today we have 2 commissioners in our midst. They are old girls. A round of applause for them. We have what it takes, but we must work together. We must work together to achieve this. I call on you to let us achieve greatness together. Let us pull up those, the younger girls. If you're in a position to give people jobs, please look for New Bussa girls. Let New Bussa let it ring, let it be a call, let it be a force in you that I need to do something, please. I would like to share something profound. One of our seniors told me during the course of fundraising for the AGM. She made a donation towards the AGM, and I sent a message to thank her profusely. Like when you're expecting 20K, someone sends 200,000. That the kind of prayer you say to the person. So when I sent that prayer, she said, it's my, and now I'm quoting her, it's my alma mater, a school that made me. Giving back is actually a thank you. Senior Roger said this. In fact, I shared it with the AGM committee, planning committee members. I'm like, wow, that was so profound. I thought to share this because it's deep, and I believe it could only have come from an elevated mindset. There were people who were begging, sending MSUs to, please donate, even if it's 2,000. And this one. Meanwhile, she gave about 200K, if I recall well, and she was telling me that if she could do more, she would do more. Please. Giving is not about having. Giving is an attitude. Giving is a decision. It's about priorities. But also know that givers never lack. Because God is a giver. So you always make sure, because the givers are like Him. They never go under. During this AGM, I have so this is last 2 paragraphs, please listen. During this AGM, please be intentional about maximizing the opportunities to unite, to ignite, and to thrive going forward. Make new connections. Don't just sit with your set mates. There's more to life than your set. Pardon me, seniors. Make new connections, reignite old bonds, hold someone's hand to lift them up. Esteemed sisters, welcome to an opportunity to strengthen one another, an opportunity to unite, to thrive and ignite. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for her. Okay, so without sounding like a dictator, I just heard somebody's phone ring. Chief Dr. Engineer Kingsley Chidi Anene. He is representing the president of the society, the social secretary general. Please open the hand table, sir. I'll just see you. The FGC president, please have her on the table. She's a Rodogo herself. People she doesn't want to marry her back. But please, you're welcome. Thanks. We also have the New Bussa head boy, Comrade Sheyi Dapo. He's the president of FGC Kaduna. On the high table. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome. He's our head boy. Okay, and then we'll also have Chief Kui Malaki, Honorable Commissioner for Arts, Culture, and Tourism, Diaspora Affairs in Edo State. Please allow us to carry your bag, Honorable Commissioner. Go up the mic, please. Thank you very much. Hajia Sadatu Mujibo Kwao. She's the sorry. She's the Honorable Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Kwara State.
Oh, she's here? Please join your husband. We don't like to separate. What God has joined together, let no man put us under. Thank you all very much. Is the national president ready with her address? She's ready.
Much. I'll go straight to my speech, but before I start, may I particularly single out our very dear principal. He is the very first male principal that we have ever had in New Bussa, as the school is now officially a mixed co-ed school. So our dear principal, Mr. Otuaga, I warmly welcome you and your dear wife for the first time to an FGC New Bussa OSA Association meeting. May I also particularly welcome the USOSA PG, ably represented by our very own brother, Chief Dr. Engineer Chief Kinsey. I'm not going to miss any of the titles out. A big round of applause for the USOSA PG, please. And then to our very own head boy, Chief Sheyi Gambu, the president of FGC Kaduna. Can we get a rousing round of applause for him? You need to know that. No need now, if we are not going to welcome our guests. And then to all our very darling sisters who are high achievers in different fields of endeavor, even to all of us who are housewives. It's not easy running a home, it's not easy running your business, it's not easy raising your kids, it's not easy looking for a job, even as a young association member. So I say to each and every one of us a very warm welcome. I'll dive into my speech. I stand before you today, my dear sisters and distinguished guests, filled with immense joy and gratitude. On behalf of our esteemed Board of Trustee members and our President, and as the President of the Alumni Association, I warmly welcome you all to our 2023 AGM and election of national executives. May I express my utmost appreciation to God for his unwavering mercies and grace that have guided us throughout the years. This momentous occasion marks the first AGM and election held under our new name, FGC New Bussa Old Students Association, following the federal government's decision to transform our cherished alma mater into a co-educational institution. With open hearts and renewed purpose, we embarked on a journey of service when I, along with my dedicated team, was elected as president in 2019. It was our commitment to honor the bonds that unite us all. The pillars driving our actions were clear. A meticulous review of our structure and policies to actively include our sisters in the diaspora, developing an annual audit of our accounts, an added focus on expanding our membership base, opening up more national and diaspora meeting groups, including the Global WhatsApp Community Forum that was opened in September. The unwavering pursuit of providing value to our members in order to build a stronger and more vibrant association. The initiation of noble projects aimed at giving back to our esteemed alma mater, thereby enhancing student welfare and academic performance. We also created an organogram for ESCO and its relationship to set coordinators and chapter presidents. We also created a weekly program, which at the beginning everyone seemed to be very excited about. We had the mentoring Monday, we had talent Tuesday, we had wisdom Wednesday, we had training Thursday, favorable Friday, where we do our business adverts into Saturday, satisfaction Saturday, and success Sunday, where we offer prayers to God for the beginning of a new week. And then we also had a dedicated team of young ladies who took us through prayers, I think it was every 3 months, and quite successfully too. I thank that team particularly because your prayers really did make a difference in all our lives. In the unprecedented year that followed, we got elected in October 2019. In the unprecedented year that followed, 2020, known as the COVID year, we united under the Food Basket Initiative with the collective efforts and financial contributions of our members. We helped to alleviate economic hardships faced by many. Furthermore, recognizing the urgent need for improved hygiene practices, we extended assistance to our alma mater through the provision of essential hand washing amenities, face masks, and materials for students training in making washing soaps and all. We are very grateful to all of you for the amazing support given through these very difficult times. We also organized the Motivation Monday event where, may he so rest in peace, the Ubon King delivered a topic, the process of change, on the 15th of June 2020. I'm sure a lot of us still remember that particular event. The world is healing and slowly recovering from the devastating loss and trauma of the pandemic. Let us keep each other in prayers and speak words of encouragement as we continue to heal and recover from the devastating losses of the pandemic. It is an ongoing thing. To enhance our association's effectiveness, we created a comprehensive database categorized per business and profession using a Google Docs form that most of us fill. We carried out annual audits of our accounts and submitted same to SEC coordinators to present to their SEC members. I might digress a little bit. We posted a lot of events on the SEC coordinators page for onward forwarding to their SECs, because the foundation of the association is based on SECs. The reason you're a member of this association is because you're a member of a particular year group. And so the SEC coordinators have a page where we post all of what is happening, and they in turn are meant to pick it from there and post on their SEC pages for discussion or information or feedback. We realized after a very long while that from feedback just coming to us personally, that people weren't getting the information. And so we decided to add one more SEC member because we realized that it's also possible for just one individual to be busy, to be occupied, and not take notes when something is passed, maybe for 2-3 weeks. By the time they get back online, a lot of messages would have passed, and it's not easy for her to scroll back up thousands of messages. So we put in a second SEC coordinator. We asked the SEC coordinators and their SECs to suggest another name, which they all graciously did. And so now we have 2 SEC coordinators per SEC, and I hope that communication has become easier. ESCO does not generally post on a general platform, except it's something that won't be discussed or is not serious. If it is serious, it needs to be discussed. We'll post it with the SEC coordinators for them to take to their SECs and take action. From time to time, we presented the activities being done by ESCO on our behalf in pictures. We engaged great minds to speak to us, their online events for the purpose, and at our online extraordinary AGM. We initiated extraordinary AGMs when necessary to resolve any outstanding issues. A case in point being to vote on the Constitution, the first time and the second time. Additionally, various dedicated committees were established to support the executive committee in achieving our goals. I digress a little bit again. With the Constitution and all the brouhaha it caused last year, it would be very remiss of me not to speak to it directly. There was a committee to run the getting our new constitution sorted out, headed by Ifeoma Agbasi, and she had committee members. But during the COVID period, a lot of her committee members had issues, were not very forthcoming. It was really tough for her. But eventually, she got a very decent document out. But that document was not meant for ESCO to vet. That document was not meant for ESCO to approve. That document was meant for all of us, our sisters in all our sets, to go through, make our recommendations, and then to go back to the committee, the Constitution Committee, to clean it up, and before we go for ratification. That document was posted on the set coordinator's page for onward forwarding to their sets. And there was a timeline given for comments, additions, subtractions, anything we wanted to have in that document to be sent to us or to the committee by the set coordinator. Again, at an extraordinary AGM late last year, this new document was ratified. I had to make sure to bring this up because there's so much, unfortunately, there's so much that has been said about me as a person, but that doesn't even bother me, but more importantly, as on this particular ESCO. And I feel particularly pained because the young ladies put in their time, their effort, their money, they put in the work. I am not someone who allows people lazy around. If anything, I push people a bit too hard sometimes. And I did push this ESCO. They would be up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., sleeping on the call, and I'm still talking, getting them to do what was necessary. They were not paid. They just love the association and love their sisters. So I feel particularly bad that they had to get railroaded under maybe personal beef against Chika in particular, but I would use this open forum to apologize to my ESCO members for being the reason why a lot of you took some flack, regardless of all the hard work that they had put in. So I hope this allows me for the first time, because a leader doesn't come, joining into frames, otherwise you won't be a leader. And so I had to be quiet all through all the group, And some people felt, oh, why are they not talking? I don't think it's the job of a president to, you must understand that people will throw stones at you before you accept any role in leadership. So you can't come out fighting all the time. But it is important, as this is my last speech to you as president of the association, that I clear the air on that little bit of information concerning the Constitution. We all didn't do well the first time around. Second time, I'm sure we did much better. And to the glory of God, we have a new adjusted Constitution that has been sent to Abuja. And may I remind us also that a Constitution is a living document. It also means that from time to time, it will get adjusted. Life happens, things keep changing. Any proactive ESCO will call for adjustments, or any set that sees that there's a need for adjustment in the Constitution will bring it to the notice of ESCO and call for an adjustment. At the very best every 5 years, because life happens and things keep changing. So I encourage all of us to realize that if I don't get my particular line of item into the Constitution this time around, if it's important enough, everyone will see with me. And by the next round of ratification, we will get that done. Thank you very much. And I apologize that I really had to speak to this because there's just been so much, noise under the table, and this is my one and only opportunity that I want to take to speak on it. I will continue with my speech. We engaged, additionally, various dedicated committees were established to support the executive committee in achieving our goals. I extend my sincere appreciation to Tom Wojo, who led the welfare committee, Judith Anyanwu, who diligently oversaw our investment endeavors, Ifoma Agbasi, who excellently spearheaded the Constitution review, Olabisi Taiwo, who facilitated the 2022 Constitution review, and the various sets who supported the provision of water to classrooms in our alma mater and the new website being developed, amongst many, many others. I am truly very proud of our sisters. Our heartfelt gratitude goes to the Board of Trustees, 2023 AGM and election committees for doing an excellent job. We are super proud of you and grateful for your determination to succeed. Absolutely grateful. If If they had not been dogged, we might not be here today. Succeed indeed you have. May I once again ask for a rousing applause for the AGM and Election Committee for the job well. I'm waiting for the applause for my AGM and Election Committee. Okay, it looks like I can't hear. Can you hear me? Yeah. I can't hear, but I'm going to go on. I'm assuming you're hearing me. I am delighted to inform you all that our association has been officially registered as incorporated trustees with the Corporate Affairs Commission Nigeria. Furthermore, we have been granted a tax identification number, TIN, by the Federal Inland Revenue Service. In line with our mission to reward excellence, we have implemented a structure that acknowledges the exemplary performances of our students and teachers each year through the very gracious donations of individuals and sets. May I, on behalf of the recipients and school, say a very big thank you to all who have supported this initiative over the years. Notably, through collective efforts and passionate fundraising by your beautiful selves, we were able to renovate the physics block and equip one of the labs, the physics lab. 3 more labs need to be furnished, and I am sure we will rise up to the occasion and make it happen very soon. All sets and individuals who contributed to the success of this endeavor. Sadly, as with times and seasons, we experienced the loss of some of our sisters and their loved ones. We particularly remember and honor the memories of our dear head girl, Senior SC, who we lost in 2020. We won't forget them and the impact they had in our lives. May the souls of all the faithful departed rest in peace. Amen. In conclusion, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you for your unyielding support and commitment to our association. May I singularly acknowledge and thank those members who have been paying their membership dues, as this is a testament to your commitment to our association. At our dues are just 5,000 naira per annum. May I again encourage all of us listening online, will listen later, currently in the hall, to please speak to your friends, your colleagues, your sisters to pay their national dues. This will help the incoming ESCO to do even more for our members and our great alma mater. Permit me to single out our esteemed ESCO members. Maureen Eleni Johnson, our able Vice President. Ahmed Owuna, our Secretary General. Onome Akure, our Social Secretary. Buki Alade Williams, our Treasurer, who is also now the USOSA Treasurer. Claire Fredra Ebony Molise, our Financial Secretary. Ivy Elijah, our Associate Assistant Secretary General. Okweyemi Aderinto, our able PRO. Together, we have surmounted countless challenges and achieved remarkable milestones. I am very, very grateful for having such a wonderful team, and I do say a very big thank you from the bottom of my heart. FGC New Bussa Old Students Association has been and will always be a free to join by choice association. By choice. No one is forced to be a member of FGC New Bussa OSA. I'll leave it at that. And so, as we gather here today, united under the banner of our alma mater, let us seize this opportunity to celebrate the strength of our bonds and foster a brighter future for FGC New Bussa Old Students Association and our personal relationships within. I'll repeat, and our personal relationships within. built on a foundation of unity, excellence, merit, respect, integrity, selflessness, compassion, and love. The Bible says of all of them, the greatest is love. I hope that we'll continue to love each other, drop the seeds of discord, and just show love. Remember, for those of us who are ancestors, my beautiful flowers. That was how our late former principal, Miss Diana Edwards, called us. So in her words, I say to all of us, beautiful flowers, you are your only limit. Crawl, walk, run, fly. Whatever you do, keep moving forward at your own pace. The caveat is at your own pace. Keep moving forward at your own pace. Because the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. This is found in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 11. Thank you, my beautiful and gracious sisters, for the opportunity given to this ESCO and I to serve. We look forward to seeing greater work done by the incoming president and ESCO as they experience a peaceful and progressive tenure. May celebration never cease in our homes and lives. I use this opportunity to ask you to enjoy the very rest of the AGM, and in the words of Chika Chukura Balogu, don't forget to massacre the food that our very able committee has set before you. Massacre. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you. Another round of applause, please. You agree with me that that was a fantastic speech. She spoke very well, very eloquently, and addressed all the issues. So another round of applause, please. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. So we still have some members of the high table who have said that they don't want to be on the high table. They want to, be with us. But I would like to acknowledge them. So somebody say baby girl. You're not saying it well. Don't do that. Say, excuse me, I'm the MCA, okay? So I'm complete. Don't say it in a raspberry. You say it with some finesse. Say baby girl. Baby girl. Thank you very much. So we have two baby girls that are supposed to be on the high table, but they've refused. They want to be modest. They don't like so much attention to themselves. So they've decided to sit on the table. So we'd like to acknowledge them. So we'd like to acknowledge our first beautiful, eloquent baby girl. Everybody say baby girl. Madam Itoro Clement Isong. She's the national president for Angola. Thank you very much. Thank you, baby girl. And then we'll also like to acknowledge the second baby girl, Domo. I don't want to murder your last name, so I'm not going to pronounce it. She's the Secretary General for FGC New. Please, a round of applause for her too. Please stand up to the everybody. Oh, National Vice President. Oh, I apologize. I was giving Secretary. So, National Vice President, you're welcome. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
By the guest of honor, Mr. Otwaga Chichiku, the principal of FGC New Bussa, United States, at the 2023 AGM of the Global Hospitals Association of Federal Government College New Bussa. The president and executives of the distinguished Global World Students Association, the Vice President, all members of the ESCO, Mrs. Hilda Nkor, National President, FGC Bida Old Students Association, Mr. Kingsley Chidianene, the Social Secretary General, Unity Schools Old Students Association, Mr. Shei Gambo, National President, FGC Kaduna Old Students Association. The head board, I'm coming to you. Thank you. The Edo State Commissioner as Tourism and Culture, Dr. Mrs. Sui Odua Malaka Lawani. All members of FGC New Bussa OSA students in the diaspora, my adorable wife, all the national presidents here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I bring you greetings from all staff and students of FGC New Bussa, your girls, your boys now. When I say hi, of course, you reciprocate. Unity House here present, hi. Faith House, girls present, hi. Peace House, girls here, hi. And Charity House, members present, hi. Thank you. I feel very honored to have the grace to stand before you as a guest of honor at this Global Old Students AGM to address this respectable gathering. I am highly humbled by this privilege. I see this occasion of the association's AGM as a privilege to behold the beautiful faces of these wonderful ambassadors of FGC New Bussa Global Old Students that have been doing so much for their alma mater. May I first and foremost appreciate the Almighty God for His unfailing love and kindness on Federal Government College New Bussa. Federal Government College New Bussa, as you all are aware, is not only a place of quality learning, but also a center of excellence in good character and conduct molding. As you look back on your shared experiences, it is with great admiration that you will reflect on how far you have come since your days as students in Federal Government College New Bussa. Your collective journey through education has taught you the importance of perseverance and adaptability. As all students, you have an obligation to give back to the institution that molded you into the women of substance you are today. Please continue to take pride in being part of this great institution and hold yourself up as ambassadors of FGC New Bussa's values, missions, and visions. It is your duty to your alma mater to do everything in your power to give back to the community that has given you so much. Educate a girl, empower the world. This is what is playing out here. The association's efforts have played an essential role in the well-being of our students in Federal Government College New Bussa. And we are grateful for your commitment and cooperation. As I resumed in your alma mater, I was shown so many recorded contributions your association made towards the upliftment of the standard of education in FGC New Bussa. Renovation of the physics laboratory, donation of 100 number of examination tables and chairs, donation of photocopier, support for students, teachers, and non-teaching staff during the 2022-2023 speech day and prize giving ceremony, donation of 100,000 naira during the 2022 World Teachers Day celebration, and many other contributions too numerous to mention. Your school has produced some of the best talents in Nigeria in different fields. I am beholding them here in this AGM. This speaks of the quality of education you receive and the potential that this school holds. Please continue to strengthen the bond you share with your alma mater, FGC New Bussa. Continue to give back and make a difference in the world, just as you were taught since 1974. Distinguished global students of FGC New Bussa, let me repeat that as I look around this hall, I am overwhelmed and humbled at the same time by your forthrightness and thoughtfulness in inviting the new principal to grace this occasion. Your accomplishments and experiences are founded on the knowledge and skills you acquired at Federal Government College in Bussa. Now you have the responsibility to give back the more, to support and empower the current generation of students who will subsequently follow your footsteps. Please stay actively involved in the affairs of your alma mater through mentorship programs, scholarships, developmental projects, and interventions. There are still so many intervention projects still begging for attention in Federal Government College in Bussa, such as windowless classrooms, 15 of them, fencing of the boys' hostel for security, 7 collapsed portions of the school's perimeter fencing, installation of 30 solar street lights for security, procurement of kitchen utensils for students, procurement of equipment such as sewing machines for entrepreneurial skills. Finally, let me remind this August gathering that this forum is also an opportunity for bonding, reconnecting, camaraderie, and for the celebration of your achievements as a body. Let this 2023 AGM rekindle, thus ignite the unity, unite, that thrive and is still thriving in FGC New Bussa and within the Global Students Association. Remember that next year you will be having the 50th anniversary of the Federal Government College New Bussa. I don't want to make a mistake of calling it Federal Government Guest College. I know you expect me to be calling Federal Government Guest College. It is Federal Government College New Bussa now. God keep us. Before I leave the stage, I have a picture of the windowless classrooms that I mentioned. And I wouldn't know when you were in that school whether you were studying in the windowless classrooms like this. If not, I'm sure these beautiful ladies will do something subsequently. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for him.
Okay, so let's move on with the program.
Now now, hold on 1 minute. Okay, so this is just to announce that voting has closed.
With the health basket that happened 2020, it started on the 28th of March 2020 and ended on the 31st of May 2020. We had contributions from 125 members, sisters from us here, and we had beneficiaries, 87 number of beneficiaries who gave money out to. So the total sum that was given out was 870,000 for 87 beneficiaries. So we move on to the national dues. In the year 2020, because of the coronavirus that we experienced, the number of people that paid their dues was very, very low. So we had a number of 453 members that paid their dues in 2020. 2021, we had 301 members. 2022, we had 333 members. While 2023, we had 295 members. And for all this year, from 2019 to 2023, 89 sets have been topping the charts. Please give them a round of applause. Then we have the Founders Day and Speech and Prize Giving Day. 2020, we had a sum of 626,026 naira 88 kobo sent to the school for different categories of subjects, teachers, and principals award. In 2021, we had 630,400 sent to the school for the same categories and award. Then in 2023, we had 850,000 naira sent to the school for different categories. Then we have the projects that were done in the school. We had the physics lab renovation and furnishing of interiors for the physics lab and the physics block in general. We had wash hand basins, 4 wash hand basins donated to the school for the 2020 coronavirus issue. We had a skill acquisition with the students where they were taught how to make hand sanitizers. They had provision of face masks to send to the school. That's all for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Members of the High Table, distinguished members of our Root Association. By way of addition, the full audited report for the years 2020, 2021, and 2022 have been printed out and shared out to some of us seated in the hall, and is also available in soft copy, which will be posted on our website. What we have just done is to highlight the major events, the major things we did with the dues collected in this period. We had the numbers that were reeled out as number of people that paid dues in any 1 year, multiplied out at 5,000. So what we have done is to make the best of the little resources available. And we also want to use this opportunity to implore that for the incoming set of executives, it's the monies we contribute that the executives will use to run the association. So please let us try to improve on our response to the payments of dues. Thank you very much. We can look through the detailed audited report, and if there's any question you want to raise, we'll attend to it.
Top leader in the field of public speaking and presentation skills, and has trained over 12,000 individuals and combined in speaking and singing skills. She's the author of 2 books for MC and speakers. Her articles and features have appeared on This Day, Business Day, The Guardian, The Punch, and other newspapers. She's an old girl of FGC Abulora. Joyce is an advocate for inclusive politics in Africa. Please a round of applause for her. FGC. We have to don't. So FGC. FGC. So a round of applause for Joy Daniels, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am so honored, so delighted to be here. I can't keep my joy. Really, when I was called and said keynote, I was like, for real? What an honor. Thank you for this privilege. To all my sisters at FGC NB, now FGC NB, thank you, thank you, thank you. Special greetings to my national president and my national vice president. I'm so honored. And you know, my work in life is to make you proud. That's part of the reason why I leave. Let me start my time now. When I was asked what the topic of my speech would be, I said I'll thrive on the theme. What's the theme? Unite, ignite, and thrive. I'll start with thrive, because that's the word, that's one of my personal watchwords. In fact, when I saw it, I was like, wow. It's a word I use all the time in planning and in monitoring, in checking, in evaluating. Am I thriving? Thriving is a mentality, much more than an event or an eventuality. Thriving is a mindset before it is anything else. So I checked the dictionary, I checked Google to see what thriving means. And it says to thrive is to prosper or flourish, to grow or develop well. Thriving really isn't seen, it's felt. So I can't look at anybody here and tell who is thriving. I can only assume. But there are questions to ask, and then each person can answer if they are thriving. Thriving is personal. So, like the Apostle Paul said comparing themselves with themselves, we're not wise. I can't compare my thrive with your thrive because I don't know what your thrive is, and you don't know what mine is. Thriving is built on a mindset first before we can allude it to anything else. So what is a mindset? Someone will ask, what is mindset? It's a habit of thinking, a way of thinking. If I think a certain way all the time, that's now my mindset. It's a habit. And habits can be changed. Habits can be unlearned. Habits can be developed. So it is the habit of thinking in a way that flourishes. That's what thriving is. So if I walk into the room here, and I walk into any room anywhere else in the world, and the first thing I think of when I walk in is, then five past me, her hair is better than mine. Hey, see her shoe. Let me sit in one corner. Is that thriving? Where did it happen? I could be holding my Chanel purse. Am I thriving? It's here first. So my question is, my dear sister, are you thriving? Don't answer yet. Because thriving is built on what is ignited. And what do I refer to as ignite? Ignite, spark, decide. What are the decisions that will lead to thriving? What decisions are we making every day? Are they leading us to thrive? Or are we still hoping that one day it go better? When my dear friend and brother passed in 2020, I remember that morning I was in a hotel in Benin when my sister called me to say, did I really hear that Bon King has passed? I said, what? He spoke at my event about 5 days before. Maybe 7 days before, thereabouts. I said, what? So I sat right there in that hotel room and I decided that I will not leave anything for tomorrow again. Anything I want to do, I'll do today. It was that day that one came past. I said, going forward, any dream I have for tomorrow, I'll start today. Today. That was the day I decided to move to Benin. Because I want to pursue a political career. That's my decision. So the very few next few months I moved. Because that's thriving for me. Based on a what? An ignition. A decision. When a decision is reached, take action. Until we are acting on the things we want, we may not be thriving yet. So there are many lofty things we want to do and we keep waiting for when the money will be complete, or when the dollar will drop, or when the 7 years don't pass, so no decision yet, no action. My sister, are you thriving? Are you making the decisions that add to your flourishing? If I can get some more quiet in here, I'll be so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. Because it is first a mindset. So what do we then need to unite if we will thrive? Is it people? Not yet. Because you can't unite with someone who is not going where you're going. It will be a union, a unison, a unity of self. Where what I'm thinking, what I'm saying, and what I'm doing are aligned. Until then, thriving is still far. So I say, within the next 6 years, I want to have built so and so in my business, or in my family, or in my community. That's a dream. Is that a dream? Yes, we all should have dreams. How much time did I give for the dream? I said 6 years. And then I do the math, the calculation. Okay, I would like to support the windows at FGC New Bussa within the next 6 months. How much is each window going to cost? Mr. Principal, any idea? Don't worry, let's come back. Sorry, say come back. Let's say each window costs 10,000 naira only. And I want to support with 6 windows. That's how much? 60,000 naira. I'm using an example. But the 60,000 naira. Let me go away from 6 years. 6 years is too long. I want to do this in the next 6 months. So I put down 60,000 naira for 6 months. This is my goal, this is my dream, this is my ambition, this is my thrive. And then I ignite. What do I ignite? I decide that every month for the next 6 months, I'll put how much aside? 10,000. So that I can meet my goal. And then what month is this? October. October ends and I say, well, you see, the economy, at that time the phone will come on. The economy is so stressful, I tell you, like seriously, we are in a recession. The economy. And so October goes by, no 10,000 naira saved. November comes by, oh my gosh, they told me my sister took ill. Phone is still on. And I have these bills to pay. November goes by. And December. And January. How many months gone by? 4 months. Am I thriving? Answer. No. Because what is here, and what is here are not aligned. Woman, I'm going to bring this thing, make that chop today. Chop 1, job 2. And then we wake up first thing in the morning and your heart is beating fast and you're like, Joyce, you have said you will do better. What's happening to me? Am I thriving? No. Because there's no alignment of self. But you will meet someone else, there's a friend of mine, she says, Joyce, I have promised myself from the bottom of my heart. See, this is my life. I will eat what I want, when I want, how I want, and anything that wants to happen, I'll be okay with it. Guess what? She's fine. Because of what? It's an alignment. The problem comes when there is no alignment. When you are eating it and you're condemning yourself, your body will block. Cortisol will, something will go wrong in your physiology because the alignment is off. So sister, please align. Now you might need to do some serious, I don't want to make it sound too deep. You might need to do some introspection and just make some agreements with yourself that you see in this area, this area, and this area. These are the things I really, really, really want. Decision is what? Ignites. These are the things I really, 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 really want. And then I will unite my actions with my thoughts, with my desire. Successful. They're considered ruthless. The word for them is actually ruthless. And when I did a deeper dive, I realized that they're called ruthless because they stay in alignment so much that other people become angry with them. Are you with me? What's her own self? Hey, waiting do her. Is she the only one? Auntie, the answer is what? Yes, you are the only one for you. So stay in alignment so that we can thrive. Someone very dear to my heart, very dear to my heart. I saw her recently. She's turning 75. I love her so much. And she says, one of the greatest regrets I have in my life is I didn't study this. I was going to study it when I met my husband. I'm married. Then I told him that when we have our first 2 children, I will go back to school and do this. So after my 4th child, I said, okay, I'm going back home. He said, we're already here now. So I left it. By the time the last child was finishing secondary school, I said, it's time, let me also join them in tertiary education and do this and do that. Oh, won't you do this? Won't you be like that? Blah, 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 blah. Now she has done a move for all her grandchildren, and she's like, incomplete. And she's very vocal about it. She uses it now. She's trying to profit from her loss. She learned the Dale Carnegie principle of profiting from your loss. And she says, let me use it. So she teaches other women especially. Auntie, enlighten self-interest. Do that thing you really, 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 really want. First, the children will be all right. Or find how you do it together, but don't leave yourself out, else you'll end up like me. She's constantly, truly saddened by the fact that she doesn't know what her life could have been if she had actually followed through. That pain of not knowing eats her. Is she thriving? She's trying to thrive now by turning it into a message for other women. She's like, out of this, let me thrive. So because of this, I'm going to start talking to women. Now her new mission is to use her mistakes to help others. Now she can thrive. Else, in all her years, children getting married, having grandchildren, she would always do this after a while, like, waiting again. Yes, I did it for them, but what did I do for me? So I asked 2 questions. Question number 1, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want for yourself, for your future, for your... And please, I'm not talking about what you want for your children or your spouse. Please, 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 that's not what I'm asking right now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not what I'm asking right now. Right now, I'm asking you, my sister, what do you want? After that, we can begin to align it with what others want and find middle ground so that we can thrive. But for now, what do you want? Number 2, I said 2 questions. Question number 1 is what? Please say it out with me. Okay, flip it to what do I want? Let's go. What do I want? That's question number 1. What is question number 2? What will I do to get it? What will I do to get it? If I really want this thing, what price am I willing to pay? Now, when you'll be paying that price, guess what? Thriving has begun because you are already in it. My former boss was speaking last week at a program in Port Harcourt, and he reminded me of something I had kind of forgotten it was said that way. I'm trying to remember the correct way. I'm sure somebody might correct me. It's the suffering costs. What do I need to suffer to get this thing? For almost anything you want, there's something to suffer. You want to graduate with the first class, you will read through the night, you will not play when others are playing, you will suffer something. You want to have a very successful business, you will go to business school, get consultants to work with you sometimes, check your books every day, even when you're tired. What's that thing I'm willing to suffer for it? And the reason why I'm using the word suffer is because many times we associate thriving and success with pleasure only. And then the moment pain is attached to it, we think we're not thriving. When you are studying and you're putting your legs in cold water, that's suffering, isn't it? But that's also thriving. So it's good to know which pain is for what. The pain of having a baby, being in labor, I've done it only once in my life. 21 years ago, I was in labor for 3 days. Friday to Sunday. At a point, I said, babe, what happened to CS now? Magnetron. They said, God forbid. I said, God forbid of what? Me, I want it. 3 days I've been like this, help my life. That's the suffering for this amazing human being that I have who will be 21 next month. There's the suffering value, right? So don't confuse suffering for your vision with suffering for nothing. Don't mix the two. That's where some people stop. When you're like, this thing is too hard, bro. Is it supposed to be hard like that? Let me drop. That's the suffering. Even to eat egg. Won't you boil it? Or fry it? There will be small suffering for it. For this fine hair that you have right now, didn't you suffer small? Either from when they were putting the gel, or when they were weaving it and you sat down for 6.5 hours with 3 people's hands on your head? Yes or no? So that's the suffering for what you want. That's the right kind of suffering. So when you're asking yourself to thrive, what's the price to pay? So that you already know and you can align with it. So that when either that voice in your head is asking you, are you all right? You're going through all this for what? You say, I'm thriving. This is the thriving. I'm thriving. Someone will ask, how do I deal with that voice in my head who is always questioning me, putting me down, and she constantly stops me from doing the things I want to do? Do you have that voice? Does she come sometimes? And she comes with venom and fire sometimes. Number one thing to do, give her an identity. And I'm saying her because I'm speaking to mostly women. Sirs, please give him an identity. To all my gentlemen in the room. Give her a name. For me, I call mine Pearl. Give her a name so that when you're talking, you can talk to a personality and you can deal with her as such. You can hear her pain and deal with it. Pearl, sit down, let's talk. These are the things we're going to do, and these are the things we're paying the price. And she say, what happened? And you say, these are the results. And when she cries too much, some days you say, I'm going to leave you at home, I'm going out. The way you do with some children, right? Stay at home, mommy is going out. This one, you stay here because I am going. And sometimes she says, okay, let me come with you. She's actually trying to protect you from pain. She doesn't want to see you suffer. So when you're about to do something that will bring some suffering, she says, no, We are baby girls. I don't know what we call ourselves, baby girls. Baby girls pay price for thriving. So as I close, I have asked 2 questions. What was question number 1? What do I want? What's question number 2? What do I do to get it? What do I need to pay to get it? So that I can thrive. In closing, I will reiterate the key points that I have spoken to. Number 1, I said, thriving is a mentality. It's a way of thinking. It's a habit of thought that should be guided by positivity, by progress, by flourishing. So if I'm thinking thoughts that would help me flourish, then I'm thriving. To ignite my thrive is to take and make decisions in line with the thrive that I want. I want to be ABC, XYZ, have this, it's be, do, have. I want to be, I want to do, I want to have. I want to be, I want to do, I want to have. What decisions would I ignite to be, do, or have? In closing, I will reiterate the key points that I have spoken to. Number 1, I said, thriving is a mentality. It's a way of thinking. It's a habit of thought that should be guided by positivity, by progress, by flourishing. So if I'm thinking thoughts that will help me flourish, then I'm thriving. To ignite my thrive is to take and I want to be ABC, XYZ, have this, it's be, do, have. I want to be, I want to do, I want to have. I want to be, I want to do, I want to have. What decisions will I ignite to be, do, or have? And then what is the thing I want to unite? Myself. My thoughts, with my daily commitments, with my daily action. Then I can really unite, ignite, and thrive. I thank you so much for the honor and the privilege to have shared out of what I live, what I breathe, what I eat, what gives me joy and pleasure to see myself thrive and to see others around me thrive. Thank you and thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joyce. That's something to really ponder on. What do I want? And how do I get what I want? And I know that Nigeria, we're very religious. Think or imagine. You must be asking. You must be thinking. Your brain is not for decoration. You must think. And then you must imagine. So, and then imagine it is in the steps, processing the steps of what you want. Being a billionaire will not just happen. Being the most sought after MC will not just happen. Being whatever it is that you desire will not just happen. Being the best FGC in Nigeria will not just happen. Even though we're already the best FGC in New Bussa, yes? I know that other schools are here, but you know, be calm. We were not modest about it. We're modest. We're very modest people. One of the values that were taught in FGC New Bussa, sorry, I know it's not an FGC, but one was still FGC. One of the values was humility. You don't throw yourselves in people's faces. So FGC New Bussa was one of the best federal government schools in Nigeria. A round of applause, please. So how do we maintain that standard is what Joyce Diners is asking us today. In our lives, in our personal lives, in our professional lives, how do we maintain that standard and keep shining? Thank you all very much. Thank you again, Joyce Diners, for quickly, because again, I'm the MC, you know? That was, people should not sack me again next year, not say joke, but I'm going to, by the powers invested in me, I'm going to choose something that was not there. So, because you know that we have board of trustee members, what is an AGM without a speech or remarks of one of the board of trustee members? So, please, a round of applause. applause for our very dear ancestor, Ifeok Babatolu. Thank you very much.
I'm going to greet us the social way. I'm going to sing us the New Bussa song before we go to get on Pro Unitate. Pro Unitate is the motto of the federal schools. And the social has taken it as a greeting. When I say Pro Unitate, you answer me, better together. Because we are better together. Pro Unitate. Better together. Federal girls are heavy girls. Let's stop there. Let's stop there. We'll continue after this speech. Okay, so I stand here on behalf of the BOT chair, Barrister Ife Ikon. She's unavoidably absent today. She's in Kigali as we speak. I'm here to read her speech. It is my unique honor and pleasure on behalf of the Board of Trustees of our great association to welcome all delegates, physical and virtual, to the second National Reunion and the Association's 2023 General Meeting. When the association held its very first national reunion in October 2019 in Abuja, it was a huge success, and we had all looked forward to the next reunion, then planned for 2021. Unfortunately, the global COVID-19 pandemic, which disrupted travel and physical meetings for most parts of 2020 and 2021, constituted a major reason why the second reunion could not hold as planned in 2021. Even though efforts were made to hold the reunion last year, unfortunately, for the first time ever, our association faced some internal challenges and disagreements on the planned electoral process. An organization on the planned electoral process and organization of the proposed 2022 AGM, which was eventually postponed to this year. I wish to particularly thank all members of the BOT who had to step in to mediate in the disagreement, and also members of the National Exco and the set and branch coordinators who worked collaboratively with the BOT to deal with the issues arising. To the glory of God, we are all happy to be living witnesses to this, our second reunion, which serves as a testimony to the fact that through thick and thin, we remain committed to building and sustaining a strong, inclusive, and vibrant association that we can all be proud of. The second reunion, which will also see the election of new national officers to run the affairs of our association, will no doubt constitute a major milestone in the face of oncoming challenges brought about by a revised constitution that allows for better participation of members from all across the globe. We would be able, for the first time, to participate physically and virtually in the AGM, and the right to vote has also been extended to all financial members who are now at liberty to cast votes for their preferred candidates, either physically or virtually. This AGM will also decisively mark a shift in the leadership affairs of the association. From the list of nominees for various positions into the National Exco, we will be
making a decisive leap into electing a new generation of leaders, most of who graduated from the college in the 90s or later. Prior to this, all previous presidents have been those who graduated in the 80s. We look forward to seeing the changes and innovations that will be brought to bear as we usher in the new generation of leaders, knowing fully that the future of our association, and indeed our dear country, lies in the hands of the younger generation of leaders who we believe have a lot to offer. Personally, it has been a privilege to serve this association in various roles in the last 30 years, having been one of the pioneer members of the association when it was formed in Lagos. As I and the other members of the BOT step down from our roles, we look forward to the appointment of a new set of trustees that will support the newly elected National Exco in creating a new and more dynamic future for the association. I want to thank everyone, especially my fellow BOT members, who have made it possible for us to contribute our little quota to the development of the association since 2020. I also wish to especially thank members of the AGM and Electoral Committee for their commitment and sacrifice in putting this reunion election together, despite the short notice given to them to do the organizations. Reunions are always something to look forward, and just a year ago, my 82 set, that's the famous 82 set, I am 84. Well, 82 set held a reunion to mark its 40th graduation anniversary. And I know how great that made us all feel for months afterwards. The next couple of days will serve as an opportunity for you all to reconnect with long lost sisters and friends. A time to unite, ignite, and thrive. And I urge everyone present to make very good use of this unique opportunity. God bless you all, and God bless our great association, Pro Unitatis. Pro Unitatis. Okay, we can finish that song. Federal girls are heavy girls. We are heavy girls in Nigeria. We are heavy girls all over the world. When you see those girls of federal school, you gotta fall for them. You gotta shout, oh, you gotta fall for them. You gotta shout.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause, please.
Okay, so you're supposed to be relaxing and slowing down and embracing your age. Unfortunately, it's a time when many women fall sick. Sometimes you have psychological issues, sometimes you gain weight, you find it difficult to lose, sometimes you are just irritable, sometimes little things, you blow them out of proportion by yourself. Something that you could just be calm and look away, you magnify it in your head, you build a skyscraper, and you turn it into something. How do we handle this period in our lives to remain healthy? I'll give you a few tips. They're all written here. I'll just calm down on one or two and then I'll wrap up. Number one, you need to be aware that your diet will either make menopause easy for you or difficult for you. If you are that one who has lived her life or is continuously living on processed foods, you will hear it when you turn 50 and above. You will hear it. I make bold to say you will hear it. It's either you are obese or you have joint pains or you have hypertension, something will come up. Some people have it so bad that they are hospitalized and they keep running tests, and doctors can't find anything tangibly wrong. Those people that are making noise, senior fear will punish you after this meeting. So you need to eat balanced diets, eat a lot of fruits, drink a lot of water, eat a lot of vegetables. Don't eat overcooked vegetables. Don't eat the vegetables the way our grandmothers cooked it till it was done. Or maybe our grandmothers were better. Eat your vegetables semi-raw or even raw. Eat a lot of fruits. Balance what you are eating. Make sure that on your plate of food, you can count the classes of nutrients that your body needs. Second, you need to keep hydrated. By the time you are 50 and above, you find that drinking water may be a chore because your body is not always asking. However, you are thirsty. It's just that your throat is not parched. You need to drink water. Don't wait until you are thirsty to drink water. 3, I would say you should exercise regularly because if you are sedentary, you will have issues. Your joints, your knees, your hips will have issues. The more you move, the more you are able to lubricate your joints, the more your heart is toned in preparation for older age. Because this is just a phase that is going to lead you into another phase that may be more problematic if care is not taken now. 4, I would say that your bone health is very important. So you should consume foods that are rich in calcium. I'm not saying take calcium supplements. I'm saying consume foods that give you calcium. Consume foods that are things like leafy green vegetables, dairy products. I prefer plant-based protein to dairy products, but then some people like to take dairy, so it's fine. Get enough of vitamin D. Stay outdoors in the early hours of the morning or in the late evening when the sun is shining. Heart health is important at this time. That's when a lot of us are predisposed to hypertension. It has not much to do with genetics alone. Sometimes you are sedentary, you are not eating right, you are not sleeping well, you will have hypertension at this age if you don't watch it. So, watch your head, watch your heart, monitor your blood pressure regularly. I was out there where they are checking blood pressure and somebody said, I've not checked my blood pressure in a while. It is wrong. If you are 45, 40 and above, you should check your blood pressure at least monthly, if not every week. So please check your blood pressure regularly, make sure that you are fine. Engage in cardiovascular exercises. This is the time to dance. This is the time to get to the gym. 6, sleep very well. 7 rather. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep daily, even when you are not retired. Aim for it so that by the time you are retired and you have the time, you are able to achieve it. Regular checkups are important. Don't wait until you have a headache before you run to the hospital. Mental health. This is a time when a lot of women have mental health issues. This is, and that's why one of these things we do here is very important because you bond with friends, you laugh, and you catch fun. Ensure that you seek professional help if you are struggling with anything. It's important. Mental health will not necessarily tell you mad. It just means that you are trying to take care of yourself. Manage your weight. Ensure that your social connection is on point. Reach out to your friends. Don't be an island. Don't be in isolation. Limit alcohol. And finally, mindfully age. Embrace the aging process. It's something you have to go through. Enjoy it. I mean, own it. Own the process. I'm getting old and I'm loving it. You can actually be aging and be ageless. And I think that's what I want to say to you, live with you. Enjoy the aging process. Thank you very much for your time. So I hereby request for adoption of the financial reports as presented to members present. Please, any motion for adoption? And we need a second. Please kindly quickly step out if you want to go for motion, and the second person step out to second the motion.
I, Latifa Yusuf,
second division. Third division, sorry.
Permission to help her. She's moving for adoption of the financial reports.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ugochi Stalobi. I'm second in Africa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now, what you've all been waiting for. The votes have been counted. There have been no reports of rigging. So can we please, with a round of applause, if you just clap properly and check this on this results will not be announced and to delay your entire process. Yes. So the Madam, the Ojogu, Dr. Oyinle Oruwo, to the chairperson of the electoral committee. Are you please? You are not clapping. We need you to be happy with the result. Please clap. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. All protocols observed. I'm Dr. Oyinle Oruwo, me Ibu 91 sets, and I stand here today as the chairperson of the electoral committee. 2023 Electoral Committee of Federal Government College New Bussa. It was a long journey for us, though in a very short period. But we are grateful that today we stand to say that we have delivered. I appreciate every member of the committee. We have Toyo Wotori, we have Patricia Okosun, we have BC Taiwo, we have Khadija Absalam, and the Secretary, Taye Usman. Thank you all for being part of the team. We also appreciate your participation, the entire O students, your participation, your support, your encouragement. They all moved us forward. We are here today because you encouraged us. We are glad that this electoral process came to an end, or is coming to an end today, and it's a huge milestone because we are glad that we have set a record, being the first online election, and it's a great success in the history of this association. First of all, we want to also thank the outgoing ESCO. Please, those of you here can stand up. The outgoing ESCO, members of the outgoing ESCO, we thank you for being our leaders for the past years. Thank you for the endurance. Thank you for the cooperation. Thank you for believing in us and allowing us to do our work without interference. Thank you. And even as we call the new ones today, we also say that your positions are now vacant for the new ones to take. So thank you for leaving your positions. The committee is pleased to announce the results of the 2023 national elections of FGC New Bussa. And I want us to be carried along as we give the statistics of this election. The total number of registered voters were 233. I must first of all say that 250 members were eligible to vote. Out of these 250 members eligible to vote, 233 registered. 10 members did not register at all from 1979 set, 1983 set, and 2000 set. These three sets did not register at all. That's seven members from them. Then 1989, 4 members did not register. 1986, 5 did not register, and 2009, 1 did not register, making 17. So when you subtract these 17 members from 250, you have the 233 registered voters. Then out of these 233 registered voters, 159 cast their votes. 159 members cast their votes, and the remaining 74 did not vote. I think we can clap because that is a huge success. We have over 50% voters, so that is huge. 159 out of 233 cast their votes, and 74 did not cast their votes. So now I did not cast at all. So I call upon the members of the electoral committee, standing as the returning officers in this election, to announce the results of the election. I call on Mr. FGC Taiwo.
I, FGC Taiwo, stand as returning officer for the positions of 1. Assistant Financial Secretary, Assistant Publicity Secretary, and 3. Assistant Social Secretary. Having fulfilled all requirements and duly counted the votes, I hereby announce Adeshewa Gafar as Assistant Financial Secretary, having scored 146 votes. Thank you. We also have Mwani Amaka Gwadia as Assistant Publicity Secretary, having scored a total of 149 votes. We have I.B. Elijah as Assistant Social Secretary, having scored a total of 152 votes. Please step out of the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Barrister FGC Taiwo. We call on Mrs. Patricia Okoso as a returning officer to present the results that she has.
All right. I, Okosu Patricia, standing as returning officer for the positions of Publicity Secretary stroke officer, Social Secretary, and Welfare Officer. Having fulfilled all requirements and duly counted the votes, I hereby announce 1. Temitope Diko as the Publicity Secretary stroke officer, having scored 147 votes. 2. Funke Lawal Oweyomi as Social Secretary, having scored 143 votes. And then thirdly, Shafatu Bani Mwazi as Welfare Officer, having scored 141 votes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Patricia Okoso. So we call on Dr. Khadijat Absalam as a returning officer for some other position.
I, Khadijat Absalam, stand as the returning officer for the positions of Financial Secretary, Treasurer, and the Secretary. Having fulfilled all requirements and duly counted the votes, I hereby announce Semirat Bisola as the Financial Secretary, having scored 142 votes. Felicia Funke Fabiyi as the Treasurer, having scored 152 votes, and Juliet Samuel Wilson as the Secretary, having scored 142 votes.
Thank you, Dr. Bisi Absalam. Join me to welcome Mrs. Taye Usman as the returning officer for the position of the Vice President. Mrs. Taye Usman Ebru.
Having scored a total repeat after me. Having been elected as the of Federal Government College New Bussa Old Students Association. Do solemnly swear to abide by and uphold the Constitution, ideals, and purposes of this association, to perform my duties to the best of my ability and capacity, without fear or favor, with the aim of furthering the mission of the association, and advancing the interest of the college, and to conduct myself in a manner befitting a good and responsible officer, so as to bring honor, prestige, and service to the association. And I take this pledge voluntarily and without any reservation whatsoever. So help me God. Please sign and return after now.
Sign, please. Let's be faster about that before you receive your certificate. So please, we'll send the oath of office of the other members that are the other executive members that are not here online. They will take theirs and we'll send it online for all to hear. So it's now time for the presentation of certificates of return. Assistant Social Secretary. Adesha Wagafa, Assistant Financial Secretary. Severas Bisola Ajibu. Shafatu Bani Mwanzu. Felicia Funke Ifabina. Juliet Samuel Wilson.
Omoye Alexandra.
So we call on the new president, Omoye Egota, for acceptance speech on behalf of the new school.
Okay, the practice is not working anymore. I've been practicing for like 3 days. It's not working. Good day, fellow alumni of FGC New Bussa. I start by acknowledging the high table. Our first male principal, Mr. Tuaga Uchechukwu, and his wife, the representative of the President General of USOSA, the National Secretary Chidi Andele, the National President of FGC Abunoma, Victoria Song, and her co-powerhouse, the Vice President, Domo Fubo, as we like to say, they are one leg Abunoma, one leg USOSA. The National President of FGC Kaduna, Oluwaseyi Mohammed Gambo, who is a self-appointed and undisputed head boy. Today, I stand before you with this excellent team of women as I accept the role of the National President and we accept to be the alumni of FGC New Bussa Alumni Association. Today marks the beginning of an exciting journey with a new set of executives who have pledged to give their time by balancing association needs with their daily lives, their talents by using their skills, their treasure by using their resources, their ties by harnessing their networks, locally, internationally, and in their workplace, and all for one purpose, the growth of the association. I stand and say by what we have all campaigned with, our main purpose and goal is to ensure that we build formidable and strongly united association where we can showcase our members and our talents everywhere in the world. We already have members who are excellent and this will continue to build. I cannot move forward without thanking all the predecessors of this association. I start with the chairman of the BOT who is not here, Ifeyiwa Ikeonu, her secretary, Tina Obi-Gwadia, I still like to call her Gwadia, I'm sorry. The entire members of the board of trustees. I listened when you said you were leaving, but unfortunately, from my own reading of the constitution, you have 3 years. You were elected in 2021, so you go nowhere. You are stuck with us. Yes, so I want to thank you all for your leadership, your leadership. I also thank the immediate past executive led by the National President, Chika Bago, and her entire team. The chapter presidents for Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Kano, New Bussa, the ladies in the United Kingdom, and the ladies in the Americas. I thank all of you. I thank the set coordinators of all the sets represented in the association. And I also thank all our sisters here who are here from each set and those that are online. Thank you for staying online with us. Thank you for believing this vision. Thank you for understanding the importance of building an association and for our new talents. There's an old English rhyme that says, something new, something borrowed, and something new. So technically, we are the new brides of the association. Something old that will symbolize the continuity of our association must not die. Something new, we hope to offer optimism for the future, and we hope that we shall be successful in achieving that. something borrowed. We represent the positivity and happiness of what we got from New Bussa and what we give out to our association, and something which is our general love for each other. As much as we celebrate, we cannot help but notice the absence of our Abuja chapter in the majority. Sadly, this incident, even if we avoid it, is here. And so I would say this, that we are a family. So anybody that is online from Abuja or who can get to them, we are a family. And as a family, we disagree to agree. And the ultimate progress of our association is coming together as one, no matter where we are. So that is the joint force between us. And irrespective of our differences, I would like to say, to Abuja, we need to move forward as a family, and we are here to discuss as a family on the way to move forward. I could not help but realize when the principal said, of course we will be 50 next year. Yesterday we were 49 years old. New Bussa was created in October 20th, 1974. So yesterday we were technically 49 years old. And now we have 363 days to becoming 50. But we cannot do this alone. So I say to our great alumni, everybody here, everyone online, and to those that will see their friends, 50 years is not something we are all happy to be here for. So 50 years is something that we have to look forward to. And then we have other... Okay, thank you. Up there. So 50 years is something that we have to look forward to, something we have to do good to our association for. Like we say, we drank from the ponds of New Bussa. Please let's think about what we can do as an association. We'll go back to celebrate our 50 years. I know some schools have done their 50 years, but the most important thing to take from their 50 years is that they did it together. We cannot do it on our own as individuals. We do it together as an association. So I would like to end by saying thank you all for the support and trust in the team. We are all honored to serve you all to the best of our ability. And I end with these words I used a few days ago, and I substitute the word she for we, and fear for challenges. And I say we are powerful as a team and as an association, not because we are scared, but because we go on strongly despite our challenges. Because we will make our association what we have always sung in our school anthem. We sing FGC New Bussa, a great institution. FGC New Bussa Old Students Association will indeed be a great institution. Thank you and God bless you. I want to insert something into this. I have a gift for all my team members. Yes. Please, can I have, there's something we do. I brought a tradition from Rotary into the association. I'd like to pin all my team members. Something to remind you of what is ahead and to remind you of what is coming. Please, can I have
Be quiet. Thank you this afternoon, and we will be beginning with, we will be announcing the set with the highest registration for the 2023 AGM. The top results, 1990. And
She's the big sister that puts all of us together. You know,
desire. Everything's so bright, it's like a brand new movie scene. All the immersive colors, picture perfect, vibrant, gamer's paradise, and the world keeps going right. I feel good when there's a million stars in the sky. I feel good when the sun is shining so bright. I feel good.
Okay, so my name is Busola Ayobalogun. I also attended FGC New Bussa and 93 said Faith House. I'm so elated to be here. It's like a Thanksgiving ceremony because so many of us that left the school are not all here, you know, to witness this gathering. I'm really so thankful to God for inspiring our lives, and I want to believe that the virtues that we got from passing through this institution has really lived with most of us, and we are better off for it because we are better human beings and contributing to the society. So we thank God, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
My name is Buki Alade Williams. I finished from set of 94, and I'm a proud member of this association. You know, when I volunteered to be an executive member in 2019, it was passion that was driving me, passion and excitement that after this many years, I can reunite with my schoolmates with whom we grew together, had aspirations and hopes for the future. Contacting one another after over 20 years was very exciting for me. And I volunteered my service. Today I'm glad that I'm able to hand over as the treasurer of our great association. That the years have gone down the line notwithstanding, my excitement has not abated one bit, because I know that together indeed we are better. I'm hoping that the new set of executives will take this association to greater heights, even than as it is now. They'll build on the bonds of unity and keep exploring all the opportunities of what we can do together and get better together. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Joy Agidi Ni Ejiako. I'm a proud member of the Federal Government Girls College Old Association. I'm from the class of 1997, and it's AGM 2023 has been an amazing experience. It's actually my first time participating in AGM, and my expectations were not cut short at all. I've learned a lot from the speakers of the day, and then also from the entire event. It's been awesome, it's been amazing. And thankfully so, the incoming president is from my set. So I've known her for a very, very long time. We go way back, and I know she's a woman of excellence, and I know that the next tenure is going to be super, super amazing. I know she's going to do excellently well because we're going to support her. Of course, the alumni, the whole association is going to support her, and we're looking forward to taking the association to a greater heights even in the future. It's been awesome, and I want to encourage those who aren't members, who are not on this platform yet, so please come on board. Let's do this together. It's all about togetherness. Thank you very much.
Okay, so my name is Ifyok Babatolu, class of 84, and I'm on the BOT Board of Trustees. I'd like to appreciate the organizers, the Electoral Committee and the AGM Committee. They did a fantastic job, and this has been a great success. I also like to appreciate the outgone EXCO. You were great. I want to encourage the incoming EXCO, those that were sworn in today. I know and I believe that they're going to do a great job. And I want them to also know that the old girls are solidly behind them, and they will give them all the support that they need to make this a greater association. I'm one of the founding members of the association. So it's a pleasure. It gladdens my heart to see today. When I see things like this, I just, when it's like a parent seeing the child grow up, seeing the child take over from where he or she, started. So it's a thing of joy to me, and even to the rest. And on behalf of the BOT chairperson, I know that if she were here, she would just say exactly what I'm saying. It is a thing of joy to see your children take over, and I believe they are going to be greater, because every parent's prayer is that my child should be greater than me. I'm so looking forward to the new exco doing exploit for this association. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Onome Akpire. I'm 85, class of 1985. And what was the other question about what I think about the event of today? Even if I say so myself, I think it was a huge success. The turnout, the participation, a lot of work though, but I'm glad we did it because of reactions and the outpouring of excitement from each and every one of the girls. It's been great. What are the benefits of an old girls association? You get to reconnect with people who knew you when you had no heirs around you, and people that you could be real with. So I think that bonding and reconnecting with childhood friends is a plus. And if you harness such relationships, the sky is the limit with such relationships, because there are people you can really do a lot of things with, and I believe that in this association we have all we need to succeed and to grow, which is the main reason for coming together. Our theme says we'll unite, ignite and thrive. In unity, we'll have a common bond, we'll have a common focus, and with all of that, there's nothing else you do but thrive. And thriving not just as individuals but as a group. And once we thrive as an association, trust me, Nigeria will thrive because we're thriving. Thank you very much.
My name is Olamide Titiloye, 91 set. I have the privilege of being the chairperson of the 2023 AGM Planning Committee. It's been a privilege, it's been challenging, but we surmounted all the challenges, and thank God we've come to this day. We've had two beautiful sessions. Today's session was particularly successful, and I worked with a wonderful team, our committee members, wonderful people, and together we're able to achieve good results. The thing about old student associations is that it requires passion, because oftentimes it's a lot of sacrifice of resources, of time, and all of that. But those that you went to school together with, they are lifelong partners that one should always give a place of attention, a place of priority in life, because the people that are most dependable in your circle. And oftentimes, particularly secondary school mates, there's a unique bond with secondary school mates, because that's where you transit from childhood, so to say, to adulthood. So the people who have, like we say in Nigeria, they don't see you finish. So when you have that kind of clique of people, it's a very good bond that you form together. And of course, when you have left that school too, apart from the friendships and lifelong friendships and sisterhoods or brotherhoods that come with, going to school together with other people, then you need to also always look back at the school, see what you can give back to the school, because yeah, we paid fees and all of that, but your school is an integral part of your life. So it's important that everyone always looks back to see what they can do for their school to make it better. So that's one of the things we do in the New Bussa, Federal Government Girls College New Bussa Old Student Association. We strive to give back. Within the association, we try and do what we can, raise funds and all of that to do projects in the school to make the school better, because government cannot do it alone, and we know that government in Nigeria is overstretched anyway. So it's been a blessing being an old girl of New Bussa, and we hope that we'll continue to grow stronger, you know, in bonds, in sisterhood. New Bussa used to be an only girls' college, so it was Federal Government Girls' College, New Bussa. Now it's a mixed school, so it's now Federal Government College. So boys are there now. The first set of boys haven't come out yet. So we're still more of girls, old girls, so to say. But it's good to be able to, you know, after so many years, the people here that I've not seen since we left school over 30 years ago. So it's good to be able to reconnect with people like that and to be glad that, oh, you know, we're still here, and as long as one is alive, there's hope. There's always opportunities, you know, to be with one another, to strengthen one another, to hold one another hands, each other's hands up. So that's to talk about the an Old Student Association is a never-ending talk, really. You know, it has so many advantages. So it's a blessing to be part of this association, and I don't take it lightly. Thank you very much.